Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are in the world. You know who it is, JJ on JJ's PC Builds. Okay, I've been away for, a day or two, and I come back, and I'm kind of puzzled about what nvidia is doing right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive down into it. It seems like there's a little bit of leaks about the the nvidia RTX 4070. I heard they're going to split it three ways. Three ways. And the thing is this. The reason why they're going to split it three ways is because they want to give one 16 gigs of VRAM, one 12 gigs of VRAM, and one, was it 16, 12, and 8, I think? I think they're going to do 16, 12, no, it's 10. Let me look at that really carefully. It says 16, 12, and 10. Okay. So you're going to put out one card. One card. Actually, not one card, but three cards. So they're just going to do a 3 series like they did the last time with I think the 3060, if I remember right. But I think they only did with the 3060, I think it is. They did a 12, they did a 10, and they did an 8. But that's interesting, though. Let's go ahead and dive in and see if we can get the information on this. So I'm going to go ahead and get it to y'all. It's going to be an interesting one, trust me, so stick around for it. Alrighty, this is the report that I got. It says a new leak has been spotted. 3 GeForce RTX 4070 variants with 10 gigabytes, 12 gigabytes, and 16 gigabytes of video memory. The list found on Gigabyte's website doesn't reveal anything else but the graphics cards. Okay, that's just rumors that, people are finding out that it's been passed around. But if it's found on Gigabyte's website, then you know that it's going to be coming out sooner or later. Because I had a feeling that the only way nvidia was going to make some cash was that they're going to probably do this for probably the 4070 and the 4060s. You never know. They're probably doing this so that way they could stretch out the 4090. Now the 4090 is the golden child of it all. So all they're doing is they're cutting off a piece of the 4090 and they're making the 4080, then they're making the 4070 Ti. Now they're going to make the 4070 split three ways. I wonder how that's going to go, if there's going to be, because the 4070 Ti was like 92 bit. It was a 192-bit bus, if I remember right. So, and that, come on. That doesn't give you much room to do anything with. They could have put out 256 or 512 or, something that's juicy enough that's enticing to go for these cards. But truthfully, I'm not too enthused about these cards right now, because the thing is the more they come down and more they cut down the 4090, and then they cut it down into the 4070 Ti, then the 4070. It doesn't entice me whatsoever when I have an integrated graphics that I don't see nobody fighting over it, fighting over to get. I don't see these companies giving the consumer something that's worth fighting to give, they only got two processors with iGPUs that are worth something. And that's the Ryzen 5 5600G and the Ryzen 7 5700G are the only two I feel so far that it's on AMD side that's worth talking about. Okay, now Intel side, they got the was it the UHD 770 or the 750 or so on. That will be a story for another video. Until we get there, I think we're going to wait it off, because if Intel's got something on their snaps for integrated graphics, we'll go that way and we'll check them out. Okay, but like I said, that'll be for another video. But going back into this with the 4070 split three different ways, it doesn't really tell us much, but the more they cut down these cards, the worse they're going to become. So and people ask me this question, are they really worth buying? If you're an enthusiast and you want to keep like a collection, that would be the only way I can say that they're really worth something at this point. The only card that I see on nvidia's side is the 4090. Okay, the RTX 4090, which is their flagship card, their top shelf one. But, that's kind of the best one they got going on nvidia's side. Okay, now as far as AMD, they got the 7900 XTX, but I'm hearing another rumor about an 8900 XTX that's going to be coming out that AMD is working on. I don't know if it's a rumor, I don't know what's going on there yet, but as soon as I get the information for that, I'm going to make sure I get it to y'all. But on Intel's side, they got the Arc 770. I'm not sure what Intel's going to do. They did come out with some better drivers with better support, But as soon as Intel gets there with the Arc, with catching up on the driver updates and getting everything to where, it's caught up with all the recent gaming, it takes care of the whole lineup, then, Intel Arc will be caught up to where, AMD and nvidia is. So don't count them out just yet. They probably got some tricks up their sleeves that's going to make their cards a lot better but for price to performance, if they do that and they get their software up to date to where, it's great enough to where it can take care of everybody, as far as gaming and everything else. And being the card's only like $249 if you can find it now. I think Intel would corner the market if they did it correctly and they got all the software up to date, to today. Instead of going back and starting at the beginning, they should have just punched it right at the end game, and got all the recent games up to date and then worked their way backwards. So this way, they can work down, and down, but they get the today's games going, and then they can work on yesterday's. That would have been a good deal, but they seem to be doing it the other way. They're working from the bottom going up to the top. So that's even a better deal yet, I think. What else? But, what's going to surprise me, and it's going to surprise y'all, is when they come out with these new cards, nvidia does, are these new cards going to be worth squat? That's going to be the question that everybody has in their mind, is nvidia's cards going to be worth squat? Well, I can tell you from the 4070 Ti down. Okay, those cards are probably going to be relentlessly worthless. Some people get the 4070 Ti for affordability, but somebody's going to get the 4070 16 gigabytes, and nvidia is not going to let that 4070 16 gigabytes go for, and get this, go for at least $1,200 to $1,400. They're going to jack the price up on the 4070 16 gigabyte version up to at least $1,200 to $1,400. And they're probably going to start that at about $1,400, and then they're going to start the 12 gigabyte version at $1,200, and then the 10 gigabyte version at $999. Now, if they do that, they're going to piss off a lot of consumers right now. I can tell you, they're going to make a lot of consumers upset if they jack these cards up high and they don't start coming down and giving the consumer at least a $200 card. I mean, they really think that they're going to make money off of this. They might make it off the one percenters. But the thing is this, them one percenters, the money's going to run out sooner or later. And they're not going to be able to buy the next generation cards. I'm going to tell you that right now. These prices keep up high like this, people are going to run out of money. They're not going to be able to afford these cards. And then nvidia is going to lose market share. As well as if AMD does this, they're going to lose market share. It goes down the chain. So these manufacturers better think very clearly on what prices they're going to be using, because they're all losing. Right now, you can look on the market, they're all losing market share because of the pricing. They think, and this is the thing when I worked in the restaurants. This is the thing they thought. The less amount of people, the more the price. Okay, so you want less people coming into your business, but you want to tack on more price. Okay, that's bad business. When you keep the price at a reasonable rate and keep it down, more people will come. More sales would go. If you go to the right manufacturers and say, hey, look, I want to manufacture this card for like $50 from A to Z, from soup to nuts. I want to make this whole card for $50 and I want to sell it to the consumer. I want to give the consumer a break. Okay? These manufacturers need to stamp down on these people making these cards and say, hey, look, I want the prices to come down. It's bullshit. Oops, sorry. I meant bullcrap that the manufacturers can't put their foot on the people making these cards on their neck and say, look, you guys are the ones squeezing the business, trying to upsell these high cards to us, and then we got to upsell them and make them even higher. Why not bring the price down so that way we can get 100% of everybody in the world that's playing on computers today to buy a card? We would make more money if we did it that way. Instead of trying to sacrifice quantity for quality when you could have had quality and quantity. You can have it both. So, to me, these manufacturers really need to wake up and get on the people that they subject the jobs off to make these cards, and say, hey, look, inflation might be going up, but that doesn't mean our prices have to go up. Wages are not going up to make these cards. The price of materials not going up to make these cards. Why do we have to make these cards higher? Okay, they give the scam of this. They say, well, the price of materials are going up higher, and then it costs this and that, and you hear the whole 900 yards, and you say, hey, look, then I will find another manufacturer that will make the cards cheaper than y'all, and then you all can have a nice day. Unless you can bring down the prices of these cards and say, hey, look, we're going to give the consumer a break, and you're going to make the cards for $50 a piece. And that's how I would break the business to them. So that's just me. But why sacrifice losing your customers over something that's petty? Especially the price. Price is petty right now because the way inflation is. Okay. But the thing is this, the price ain't so petty when it comes to your pocket and you can afford to buy those cards or not. Okay? Like I said before, I'm still looking for the $200 card that's going to go into my system. Until then, I'm going to be running integrated graphics. Because I don't have to fight over putting a card in my system. I don't have to do anything because it's rocking just the way it is. And if I do upgrade it, I'm thinking about just upgrading the processor to like the Ryzen 7 5700G. That'll upgrade my graphics a little bit. Or I can go to Intel and do their integrated graphics. Can't say about nvidia because they don't make processors. They just make graphics cards. See, I have a bigger option. If y'all think about it, I have a bigger option to go to processors instead of graphics cards. Now, if I wanted to go to graphics cards, I can go to graphics cards, but I just want these manufacturers to understand if they want me to buy one of their graphics cards, they're going to have to make it affordable. And this is not just me saying this. This is the customers. This is their customer base saying this. If you want me to buy your cards, make it affordable. Don't, how can I say this? Don't cut quality because you want to make quantity. Give the customer both. You want to give the quantity and you want to give the quality. Okay? Now, by cutting these cards down and not making it just as powerful as you would, let's say, like the 4090, why are you going to sacrifice all that? I mean, at least meet it 3/4 of the way as you go down in tiers. So this way you don't have many people crying about, how the cards are really supposed to go. If you go to the 4090 series, and then you get the 4080 series, and then you go to the 4070 series, and then you go to 4060 series, and so on. And then in those series, you have a high card, and then you have a low card in each one of those series. That makes more sense than anything, because this way you can bring the price of the card down as you go down in tiers, instead of everybody crying about it. You give best of the both worlds. There's nobody that's gonna, you'll probably get very few to buy the 4070, the 3-tier program that they might have coming out. The 3 variants, which would be the 16 gig, the 12 gig, and the 10 gig version. But you know how that goes. So I'm not going to make this a long video. I'm actually going to make this just 25 minutes and be done with it. But I wanted to let all my subscribers know, and the new subscribers, I want to let y'all know that too, that what's going on with nvidia, what's going on with AMD, and what's going on with Intel. Just a little bit of a mixed bag of today. Because I know y'all haven't seen me in the last couple days. I kind of been on like a little bit of a business trip. So, I've been kind of looking over a couple things and trying to gather up sponsors and stuff like that. Just to let you know I'm working on some things. Can't do everything behind the camera, expect the sponsors to come to you and say, hey, I seen your video and blah, blah, blah. You got to go to the sponsors and see what you can do to get them to sponsor you and, and so on. But I am working on that. And in time, we will get out there and we will, let y'all know that we got people sponsoring us and this and that, If they step up before then and they give me an email and they say, hey, look, we want to sponsor your channel and this and that, blah, blah, blah. Just because I got 80 plus subscribers, do understand this. And I want to thank you and welcome all the new subscribers. We have to JJ's PC Builds family. Welcome to the family once again. Good to see you here. We got more coming for you. I'm working on a financial debut that, I'm going to be able to get the channel financially set, which I'm working on right now. So that way, you all can see, some more of the good stuff and everything else. But we're still going to work towards 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Does not mean that I'm going to start charging everybody and this and that, once we get to that point. It's not that at all. It's not how I'm going to work things. I'm working things a little bit differently. I want to be able to get the channel to roll, and the best way to roll and to get YouTube to start showing our videos to more viewers and to get more subscribers in, we have to get to that first hurdle of YouTube, and that's getting 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. 4,000 watch hours means that the more people that watch the videos from beginning to end, all the videos, adds more time onto the time that I have. So right now we're only approaching 700 hours so far. If you're wondering, we got 700 hours in, and I hope to get up to the 4,000 mark before the end of the year. Because if not, then the time that is well spent in, it might roll over and it start over again in the next year. I don't know how YouTube works it. I don't know if they keep the amount of time until you can reach the 4,000, And then after that, it rolls over, once your videos start monetizing, you know, I'm not sure how that works just of yet, but I'm going to look into it. And I hope that, that it doesn't roll over to zero in the next year, because I would like to be up to 100,000 subscribers and all the watch hours needed and fully monetized channel. This way, I can start. I watch everybody doing Patreon. I was thinking about that. That's something for the future down the road. Got to learn this one thing about this YouTube. I'm making videos for y'all. This is coming out of my time. I'm investing my time into the channel. And, I'm not getting paid for it. So this is just my contribution to the channel. I'm investing my time, putting out content for y'all, just to let you know. But I'm not going to go on and and blah, blah, blah this and blah, blah, that to y'all. Y'all don't need to hear that. Y'all just want the content. So we're going to keep continuing to do the content and make the channel more and more and more. But anyway, like I said, your first time here, your first time viewing my videos, make sure you subscribe. It would help out the channel. We still got to get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to make ourselves fully monetized on YouTube, so this way we can make fully monetized videos. And YouTube can take and kick in a couple cents here and there, because I found out that for every 1 million views that you get off of YouTube, it only pays you like $300. So even if I make $300, it'll put towards equipment and stuff like that for the channel. So if you want to help the channel out, subscribe, watch the videos beginning to the end. That will help out the channel. And that's what I hope for the future run, and then, Patreon, and, go on from there and just build the channel up more and more. You all know I have a Twitter page. Yes, I am on Twitter, and I'm working on a Facebook page, so we'll go on that for Facebook as well. So we'll be doing a business page for Facebook in time. One step at a time. I just want to get the videos out to y'all, and sooner or later we're going to be approaching 200 videos. And I want to thank you all for the ones that have been watching my videos. You all are awesome. And thank you for all the comments I've been getting on the videos. I thank you all very much, and I'm doing my best to respond to them. But I'm not going to get too long-winded. I just want to let you all know what's going to be happening and what's going to be cooking. And I still got the project of building the front cover for this PC of mine, the sleeper build, and another build that, you probably all, it's not PC related. But it's still content regardless. So y'all stick around for that. It's still content. Even if it's not PC, and even if it is PC, it's still content to keep you all excited and amused. But anyway, we're going to jump out of here. Until the next time in the next video, this is JJ on JJ's PC Builds. We will see you on the next video.